Talk on the block. Good afternoon to you. Good afternoon. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit has welcomed newly appointed U.S. Ambassador to Dominica to her maiden visit to the island in a new capacity as chief of the U.S. mission to Barbados and the Eastern Caribbean and the OECS. It has been reported that during a welcome ceremony held in her honor, Skerrit said the U.S. is instrumental in the provision of material support and the biggest sponsor of training programs with the police. She said, quote, "We have had a long-standing relationship with the United States. We are allies in the fight against drug trafficking in particular. It's something that Dominica stands in total solidarity with the United States," he said. That was the Prime Minister. And that is very useful in equipping the police officers in fighting the increasingly challenging issue of drug trafficking. Said we look forward to the continued cooperation. Of course, we'll be taking your phone calls in a few minutes here. Gonna have an open line today. We're coming back after this.
If you need things for Kaipul, you know where to go. So that how you ordinary, then you will go to an ordinary place for things. But if you know Unio Bel Kai, ever also Moon Kini class, then you go to Shama's Home Decor, downstairs DBS sales office. Shama's Cafoni with class, elegance, Piteco chandeliers, candle holders, nothing to compare except you go to Buckingham Palace every way as we young and the restless. Mais c'est Shamani tout bite au simple bedroom, living room and kitchen. Tout bagay ka match. Et va changer côté Shama Home Decor ou pas obligé au Guanjan pour ka you garder kon ka Guanjan.
Need a bit of spice in your life? Are you longing for the most delicious jerk options? This and every Thursday is Jerk Day at Barana Breeze Bar and Grill at Dive Dominica from 12 p.m. Savory local jerk pork, succulent jerk local chicken, and finger-licking jerk fish tacos, served with 3 Creole sides, and of course, a PC cold red stripe bear or chill glass of Archipelago's wine selection. All this for only $40 inclusively. Get fired up this Thursday at Jerk Day at Dive Dominica's Piranha Breeze Bar and Grill. Call 448-2188 to place your order or for more information, or simply text your order to 276-4172 or 317-4322.
Nature Island Cruise 951 on Live 95. Every day, Monday to Friday, exploring the sights, sounds, happening talk on the blocks, healthy lifestyles, and culture of Dominica. Enjoy daily giveaways of valuable products and services from leading businesses on the Nature Island of the Caribbean. Stay locked and immerse yourself in the breathtaking views from above the undulating hills and valleys, and in the magnificent marine adventures beneath our Caribbean Sea. All this and more on Nature Island Cruise 951 on Live 95, only on the big station. Get a taste of the enchanting Creole and indigenous cuisine and lifestyles of the charming people of Dominica. Experience the dynamic rhythms of our culture, music, and entertainment, our vibrant, unique niche agribusiness products, our refreshing range of colorful flowers, and the fabulous foliage in our horticulture. Explore the prolific life-sustaining values of our natural foods, herbal teas, spices, and medicines. All this and more on Nature Island Cruise 951. Every day, Monday to Friday on Live 95. Only on the big station. Only on Q95.
Of course, we'll be taking your phone calls. Thompson Fontaine is in the house with me today. A university which gave the honorary doctorate to Mr. Roosevelt Scarrett. And it was brought to my attention from a colleague all the way in the Middle East this morning, who said that, Matt, I'm going to see if I can read this for you. He said, Matt, I have some colleagues working with me on a project in India, in the Middle East. I won't even identify where. who are engineers, and they've been listening to the pronouncements from the Prime Minister as it relates to that university, and very little, if nothing, is known about that university. Thompson, have you been following that story?
But very closely indeed. I've been following this. Good afternoon to your listeners. And to be honest, Matt, I am completely embarrassed. As a Dominican, I'm embarrassed that our Prime Minister has decided to accept this honorary doctorate from this university. And Matt, what is very more than passing strange, if you listen to the Prime Minister and to the acting Prime Minister, Ms. Justina Charles, they both keep repeating the lie that this university is the most prestigious university in India. That is simply not true. In fact, this university is not even ranked in India.
What is the name of the university?
It's called Lovely University.
Lovely.
With about 15,000 students. In fact, Justina Charles went a step further. She said the most prestigious and most populous. And that is anything but the truth. A university of 15,000 people that is ranked 119th. And it is clearly an embarrassment, Matt. No Prime Minister of a country should have accepted an honorary doctorate from a university that is ranked so low in terms of academic achievement. It's an embarrassment.
You have ranked it at what, you said?
It's ranked 119th. It's there on the internet. It's 119th, 119th in India. Yet Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit continues to say that it is the most prestigious in India. Mr. Skerrit, this is not true. The Lovely University is not even ranked. Lovely University is a nothing university in India, farthest for the world. And why does Mr. Skerrit continue to repeat the lie that it is the most prestigious? It is not. And Dominican people need to open their eyes. Why is Mr. Skerrit always keen on saying that it is the most prestigious when it is not? It is not even ranked in India. It is not even considered by any serious student in India. If you poll any average Indian student, they would not even have heard of that.
It's a very young university.
It's a very young university.
And from what I gather,
inconsequential university.
Act of 2005.
As I said, to me, it's an embarrassment for the country. This is an embarrassment for Dominica that our Prime Minister would accept.
So you're saying that he should not be referring to this as a
he should not have accepted the honorary doctorate, Matt, because you want to accept an honorary doctorate from a university of some standing, some research standing, some prestige. Right. This university has neither. It has neither prestige nor standing. And when you accept the university from that, it diminishes you as an individual far less for the entire country. I mean, if he was doing that on his own, I could understand that. But he accepted on behalf of the entire country of Dominica. And clearly, I don't know who advised him, but clearly Mr. Skerrit erred in accepting the degree from this university. I would not have accepted it. I think he made a mistake.
Let's take a phone call. Hello.
Good afternoon, Mr. Patayas Pelte, and good afternoon to your guest, Mr. Thompson Fontaine.
Good afternoon.
Matt, given the remarks by the Prime Minister in welcoming the newly appointed ambassador to the OECS and so on and so forth, are we to expect commencement on the building of the Coast Guard station and the putting into use of the 2 Coast Guard vessels provided by the United States to the government and people of Dominica to assist in combating drug trade in the region? That's one. Secondly, Matt, I am yet to hear from the Women's Arm. There was a program on Q95 on Wednesday where the women were saying they are in charge, large and in charge, and they control everything. But I have not heard them commenting on the continuous abuse of our children. And finally, Matt, would you rather be described as a traitor or a predator? Good afternoon.
All right, thank you very much. Let's listen to the Prime Minister. He said this yesterday.
On this special occasion, I share this international recognition with you, my brothers and sisters of Dominica, and with you, my comrades and friends in the Dominica Labour Party. I do not know why others are getting themselves so flustered over this award. If it has no value, why are they bothered about it? You should not worry about worthless things. If you think that being recognized and honored by the #1 university in the most populated country in the world is not worthy of note, then stop letting it bother you.
All right, let's see if we can play this one again.
Contractors in the United Workers Party that I got an award and the leader got none. I shall speak to the principal of the Dominica Grammar School tomorrow and seek out an honorary CXC certificate for the leader of the position, Lennox Linton.
Let's play that again.
On this special occasion, I share this international recognition with you, my brothers and sisters of Dominica, and with you, my comrades and friends in the Dominica Labour Party. I do not know why others are getting themselves so flustered over this award. If it has no value, why are they bothered about it? You should not worry about worthless things. If you think that being recognized and honored by the #1 university in the most populated country in the world is...
Thompson, you don't seem pleased that the Prime Minister keeps repeating that.
Matt, why is Prime Minister Rufus Skerrit lying to the Dominican public? Mr. Rufus, you just heard him, Matt. I had to listen a few times, you know. He just said the #1 university in the most populous country in the world. Matt, this is not true.
You can go and research it yourself.
I mean, India has some fabulous learning institutions. I mean, India produces some of the finest scientists and engineers in the world. They don't go to Lovely University. Lovely University is ranked, but I told you, 119th in India. Why is Mr. Skerrit fooling the Dominican public to tell them that he got it from the #1 university in India? Why the lie? Why such a blatant lie, Mr. Skerrit? That's disgusting, man. That's disgusting.
Hello, talk to me. Hello.
Blessings to you, my brother, again.
Yes.
Mr. Let me say, Professor Thompson, blessings to you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Matt, I give thanks to you, and I give thanks to everybody that is knocking on the door trying to awaken a sleeping people, very unsuspecting to a very large extent. My brother, the brother went out for almost a month, and he come back with a honorary degree. He's not giving an account of what he went out there to do and what he returned with, a country that has been devastated. The brother is repeating the lies, Dr. Fountain, to give us things to talk about, to divert our attention from accountability. And in his delusional way, Skerrit is a madman. I've said that for years. If he can repeat those lies, that means he convinces himself, apart from using it as a tool to divert the attention from the attention of the people from the real issues. Bro, you go out, your country have been devastated. What did you come back with? I mean, we need $3 billion. What about that B. Scotland woman? And many other questions. All of a sudden, he shifts the focus on some stupidity about an honorary degree, no academic or educational achievement, and he's fooling his supporters, making them think that he is doctor. I know Vince doctorate have him mad, because that's the man he feared the most, Vince Henderson. But to tell you the truth, Matt, Roosevelt Skerrit need to be arrested, not by the police, but he is a loose cannon and runaway train mentality in charge of a country. If that madness is not arrested, Matt, Dominicans have to really suck the salt, which the woman he brought into Dominica, they're already sucking it. But they will be importing bags of rock salt to suck, because the boys systematically or delusionally or mentally destroying Dominica, my brother. The man is a sick man. Thank you.
Yes, I was looking for that note. I have hundreds of text messages. You can well understand. It says, by the way, none of my Indian architects and engineers or co-employees knows about this rare university that your Prime Minister got bestowed the doctorate. Matt, it's a shame. This
what's going on?
WhatsApp says here. Hello, this person is, and you know, in the Middle East, a lot of Indian workers are moved about there.
Yes, absolutely.
Working in Dubai and Qatar and all these other countries. Hello, talk to me.
Hey, Matt, good afternoon, and good afternoon, Dr. Thompson.
My brother, how you doing?
I'm doing good. Fontaine, let me tell you something. You guys are missing the real point. It is a good thing he did what he did. Now the Chinese and the Indians believe this guy is a fool to be calling us the most populated, whereas our next door neighbor, China, is the most populated country in the world. So here you see Skerrit is such a liar. He's such a pathological liar that he cannot believe that what he's telling the people, not everybody believes it. You understand me? So therefore it's a good thing he did that. They know this is a fool. The Indians who listen to this guy and the next door neighbors in Asia, they all think this guy is a fool to say India is the most populated country in the world. And I've been following India's population. I remember when it was 980 million people. Thank you, Matt, and let this guy, and I feel bad for my people in Granby who, in the day of the internet in 2016, that people will accept lies upon lies when they can Google, they can answer, they can do everything. Thank you. Thank God.
And you know, somebody's making the point. This gentleman in the Ministry of Labor, Ross LeBlanc,
right, just
attained doctorate in philosophy. Mm-hmm. That was not celebrated.
Yeah. And the person who goes to a low university. Yeah. And the man who goes to a non-university, a non-entity in India, and comes back saying it's from the number one. But Matt, why would Mr. Skerrit tell such a lie? Could it be that the people he went with told him that he was going to the most prestigious university in India, the number one? Could it be that that's what he was told? That's why he accepted it? Because I can't understand why he would accept it. Because, Matt, when you accept degrees from universities that are lowly universities, it diminishes you as an individual. You are diminished as an individual. And the fact that you do it on behalf of an entire country, you have diminished the country. I mean, the fact that he said it so boldly, Ms. Justina Charles also said the same thing. But I'm wondering, is it possible that that's what the people who brought him to India told him, and he did not take the chance or the time to find out if that was the case? Because why would he say?
Let's take a phone call. Hello. Some people, of course, we saw at the airport there, Cadefield Airport, some people, even had many placards up in celebration.
Like
somebody said they wanted to be the first patient of Mr. Roosevelt. Some people are just ignorant of the facts, and sometimes you don't blame them. Hello, talk to me.
Yes, good afternoon, Matt.
Good afternoon. Yeah.
Yes, afternoon.
Let's face it. I think there is Asian news from the BBC, plus there is Asian news from CNN. And none of those media did not take on this. I think the people of Dominica should understand and should not bear in mind that this is genuine. It should be something most practical on your minds here in Dominica, that we had a storm which devastated Dominica. Mr. Skerrit cannot put Dominica back together. Let us face it. You have Makushri, a bridge which spans for about 60 feet, is devastated. Now you have the people who did the paving of a road, a bypass to this bridge, came from friends of Mr. Skerrit, while he is saying that putting money into public works is going down the river. Ladies and gentlemen, people of Dominica, you have more than half a mile of road done through cement, steel, stones. We cannot see our communities around Dominica enjoying the fruits and labor of its own country, whereas Mr. Skerritt's friends are enjoying the best of it. Ladies and gentlemen, people of Dominica, know what you're about. Mr. Skerritt came down to St. Joseph, and the people of St. Joseph should understand where he came from. He came down to make a statement, whereas he should stand like Mr. Savin, who should be out of court hearings from the IPO. He came down to St. Joe to had told the people of St. Joseph that I am going to ask Kelva to vacate the seat so that Vince Anderson should be your next representative. But the St. Joseph people say no to this.
I haven't heard that. Well, I wonder where was that said, my friend. Hello, talk to me.
Good afternoon, Matt.
Yes.
Matt, there's a guest editorial on the Sun newspaper by Johnson John Rose. And I think a lot of people should try their best to get a copy of that and read it.
Why is it saying?
Skerritt Award was an honor, but let's leave it at that. It's a long article, Matt, so let me read a little bit. He's saying that LPU does not appear on the list of India's today's top universities, nor is it listed among in U.S. News and World Report best global universities in India. The U.S. News best global universities rankings take into account schools' research performance as well as to their ratings by members of the academic community among the world and in Asia, it says. It's a long article, Mark, so I'll read that little section.
All right, thank you very much. I'm just hearing from somebody in a university in New York at this time. She says, just spoke to one of the doctors, professors. He's hearing it for the first time, hearing about the university for the first time. It is a fairly new college. It started in 2002, 2005, during that time there. By the way, the honorary degree is not permanent. They can take it from you or anyone at any time. Do not be fooled. Hello, talk to me.
Yes, Mark. Good afternoon.
Yes.
I would like Dr. Thompson to tell us which is the #1 university in India, please.
Which is it's easy to find, #1 university.
Yeah, but I don't know it, Ovan. I don't know it. I don't care. All I know is that lovely university is 119. That's the university I'm concerned about. I'm not going to India to study. I know that they have top universities in India where you have especially in engineering, in the engineering field, you have top universities there. Lovely university is not there, and we can look it up, Matt. Look up the #1 university in India.
That's as easy to find, and the person can
just Google it.
Just Google it,
and once that is Google Lovely University as well.
All right, thank you very much. 4493095996. Sometimes you can do things for yourself. Don't allow people to take advantage of you. Hello, talk to you.
Matt, good afternoon to you and
yes.
to Honorable Thompson Fountain and to your listeners. The problem is not doctorates. The problem is that Dominica is pregnant with issues. There is a lot of corruption, and it is time that the people of Dominica rise up and remove Roosevelt Skerritt and his administration from office. It's the head stinks, Matt. It boils down from the head down, Matt. We must remove Mr. Skerritt and his administration. Whether Peanut resigns does not solve the problem. Peanut and the entire cabinet must go. Even if 4 of them resign, 5 of them resign, the problem still stands. We Dominicans have to just take a firm stand and remove Roosevelt Skerritt from governance. That is what they have to do. We did it in the past. In 1979, we stood up. What is wrong with us? Now passport selling left, right and center. We don't know who have our passport. We don't know what amount of money that come into our treasury. But we know that 1.5 million going to a private account. Man, that cannot be right. At the highest level, we used to be planting food, fertile soil, mad vegetable. Today it's corruption. It's just planting money and talking about doctorate in passports.
Hello. So, somebody wanted to know what has been referred to as the top university in India. It's the Indian Institute of Science.
Right, that's what I was looking for.
The Indian Institute of Science, followed by the Indian Institute of Technology in Delhi, and thirdly, the Indian Institute of Technology in Bombay. So I suspect a lot of the technology schools rank very high.
Very high,
as you said, the engineers, a lot of good engineers come from that area.
Absolutely.
All right, let's take another phone call. Hello.
Yes, Matt.
Uh-huh.
Good afternoon to you.
Yes.
When I heard Justina Charles's official message due to the doctorate that was issued or conferred on the child, when I listened to what transpired yesterday on the PM saying that he got this thing from the top university, from the most populated country in the world, I had to laugh at that one. But I think what we need to be most concerned about, and I really would like Thompson to prepare for the next parliamentary meeting and to ask that question as forcefully as he can. I'd love for us Dominicans to find out how much it actually costs our government for the amount of traveling that the PM does. How much do they spend on flights? How much do they spend on hotels? How much do they spend on transportation, on entertainment, etc., etc.? Because none of that seems to be brought forth to the public at all. The PM is doing a lot of traveling around the world. Other ministers travel at different times. And we don't seem to be getting any account whatsoever of this. And one of the things that struck me yesterday was when I noticed that he hadn't flown in on a flight into Melville Hall, on a Liat flight, other passengers, that he had actually flown into Canefield in what appeared to be a private aircraft, just himself and his bodyguards. And I raised it on Facebook, and one of his staunch defenders eventually came out with a response to me that, listen, Bernard, for your information, the aircraft, the stage, the music, the entire celebration yesterday cost $0 for the Dominican government. So I said to him, well, if that is the case, who paid for it all? And eventually he came up with a response that, the stage was sponsored, the music system was sponsored by the owner of it, and so on and so on. So I said, well, who sponsored the aircraft? And eventually he said to me that he had no idea who the person was or who the company was that sponsored the aircraft. So we really need to find out, how is it that our Prime Minister is flying all over the world? Does he get sponsorship from hotels when he stays there? Does he get sponsorship from airlines when he travels? Does he travel business class? Does he travel first class? We need to get an account of these monies. How much is spent on that sort of thing by our government and by our taxpayers? And I really hope that the opposition prepares and puts that forward in the next parliamentary meeting.
Yes.
Is that a genuine concern?
Matt, it is. In fact, I'm glad the caller brought this up, because I'm going to be asking that question in particular about this Beechcraft aircraft on which Prime Minister Kerry came into Dominica. Incidentally, but I was doing some research on this very same aircraft. I got the tail number of the aircraft, and I was doing the research. This aircraft actually is owned in trust by a company in Houston, Texas. The question then becomes, as you call it, whose aircraft it is, which is a legitimate question, and that's what I would like to ask the Prime Minister in Parliament. Mr. Prime Minister, this particular aircraft on which you came into Dominica, into Kenfield, who does it belong to? Who are the rightful owners of this aircraft, and how much was paid for that particular trip? And that's why the Dominican public need to know that, because you have a Prime Minister who is no longer taking flights on regular aircraft, on Liat and so on, and is coming in on private planes. We need to know who those planes belong to.
That would cost more.
That would cost more. But Matt, also, I mean, who's bearing? If you're saying it does not cost the Treasury, then whose plane is it? A basic question. You, Mr. Skerritt, the plane on which you arrived in Dominica 2 days ago, we would like to know from the Dominican public whose plane it is. And I hope you can get the answer to that.
All right, hello. More questions there for the Prime Minister. Hello.
Dr. Thompson, Dr. Thompson, blessings to you, sir.
Yes.
Look at something and I want you, please give me a response on it. Doc, you had Skerritt come and say in 6 months they raised $24 or $25 million. Just a few days after, on the heels of that, Vince Henderson say in the 6 months, they collected $125 or $24 million. Doc, we have not heard not a drummed sound. Nobody's saying, well, Vince contradicting the Prime Minister, because guess what? He was first to utter those words. As I told you, the same brother who talked about that matter, I have heard that it has been rumored about Kelva going to Saudi and the whole transition between Skerritt and Vince and all of that. But Vince was in Dominica a few days prior to the St. Joseph meeting. He seems to fly away, come out in Dominica, not wanting to be in the caution at St. Joseph. And Dr. Skerritt now go for his doctorate, because guess what? Vince a few steps ahead of him. He have a law degree. Could it be in his insanity he went out there to tell Vince, because he said in St. Joseph, Matt, he had no intentions of contesting election again.
But you're asking the doctor there to assume what the Prime Minister was thinking.
Matt, you there with me?
I'm here.
No, just to comment on the fact, the level of contradiction and lack of accountability and the madness. Just try to tie them up because it's a bit baffling, Matt. Thank you.
You're basically asking him to assume, my brother, because if you have the facts, you have the facts. Do you know anything about that?
But one thing we can conclude, if the Prime Minister is giving one figure for the same period and Vince another figure, one of the two are lying, or neither of them telling the truth. Okay, so, and that is troubling in itself.
All right, let's take another phone call. Hello.
Good morning. Good evening, Matt.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good evening, Dr. Thompson Fontaine.
Yes.
Matt, our Prime Minister, Matt, has developed a reputation for falsehood. We've seen that. Matt, and he behaves like a con man. Matt, the Prime Minister knows. He knows down in his heart that what he's saying is a lie, Matt. But he continues to do it. Matt, do a research, Matt. And you will find out, Matt, that this entire proceeding, this doctorate thing, was paid for, sponsored by the chairman of CS Global, who is Mr. Skerritt's friend, who is selling economic passport. It is citizen by investment passport. Matt, the dinner at the Taj Mahal was completely, totally financed by this guy. So find out from the school, if you can do the research, if the school ever paid anything. The school never contributed 1 cent to Mr. Skerritt's doctorate. Everything was done by his friend and his other partner involved in the enterprise, CS Global Chairman. Have a good day, Matt.
Have a good day. It's 449-3095. We're going to take a quick break, Dominique, and then we'll come back right after this.
I just love Q95. I love Q95.
Right on cue. Right on cue. Right on cue. Right on cue.
I just love Q95. I love Q95.
cue. Right on cue.
Just love Q95.
You're watching WICE Q95 TV. Stay tuned for Caribbean music, news, entertainment, drama, creative Caribbean video, and happening cultural events. Only on WICE Q95 TV.
I just love Q95.
Q95. You're watching WICE Q95 TV. Stay tuned for Caribbean music, news, entertainment, drama, creative Caribbean video, and happening cultural events.
Q95.
Right on cue. Right on cue. Right on cue. Right on cue.
I just love Q95. I love Q95.
Right on cue. Right on cue. Right on cue. Right on cue.
I just love Q95. I love Q95.
Right on cue. Right on cue. Right on cue. Right on cue.
I just love Q95. I love Q95.
Gentlemen, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you, sir.
Yes, I may be the first here probably to demand an apology from Mr. Skerritt for lying to the Dominican people. And I would ask Mr. Skerritt to just apologize to the Dominican people and then just step down. It's time. And I'm not surprised with Justina Charles's remarks because the lying is a spirit, and the spirit of lying has invaded her. She's so closely related to Skerritt, so the spirit of lying from Skerritt has invaded her. Thereby, she has to lie just like he's lying. And I would request that most of the people in the media who demanded an apology from Mr. Linton for his actions, they should demand an apology to Mr. Skerritt for lying to the people of Dominica constantly. It's a daily behavior, which is very extreme and shouldn't be tolerated at all. Mr. Skerritt should step down and step down today.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, Matt.
Yes, sir.
Now that the Prime Minister is a doctor, he has his doctorate, will he debate with Lennox that haven't got any rate?
That's a good question. We'll find out.
I share this international recognition with you, my brothers and sisters of Dominica, and with you, my comrades and friends in the Dominica Labour Party. I do not know why others are getting themselves so flustered over this award. If it has no value, why are they bothered about it? You should not worry about worthless things. If you think that being recognized and honored by the #1 university in the most populated country in the world is not worthy of note, then stop letting it bother you. But since I believe...
Hello, talk to me. Nobody there. Hello. Caller, are you there?
Yes, I'm here, Matt.
Go ahead.
Matt, it's me again. Matt, two things. First of all, Matt, Skerritt has reduced himself to a salesman, a common salesman for CS Global and the Kipinski Hotel. The other thing is this. Mr. Lennox Linton is very capable of defending himself. But if he's offering Lennox Linton an honorable CXC, Skerritt has 4 CXC. Lennox Linton in 1973 in Form 5A at the Dominica Grammar School did his DC subjects. And he has more DC subjects than Skerritt has CXC. And GC is way above CXC. So when they're talking that foolishness...
Well, as I said, I just find that non-topical. If you understand what I mean, Dr. Thompson Fontaine. Hello, talk to me.
Good afternoon, Mr. Mark.
Yes, quickly.
Good afternoon, Mr. Thompson Fontaine.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Mark, if Dominican fail to realize what is happening in that country, I can tell them I have something similar to what Mr. Skerry doing in my village. So they can come up and I can show them the record with bad management. Something that was flowing in my village was so comfortable. Bad management bring it to zero. So I'm calling on Dominica. If we're going to continue to talk and to stay in that mission to 5 years, because it is high time now, Honorable Roosevelt Skerrit and his cabinet, none. For instance, today is Thursday. Every Thursday we have a minister to visit our constituency, especially at Loda where I live. Ask him when he visit that constituency at Loda to come up and discuss with us.
All right, we'll do that for you. Hello.
Hello, man. Good day.
How are you doing, my brother?
All right. I have one question. When Mr. Skerrit, since that doctorate is so highly qualified, can he sign an official document with Dr. Roosevelt Skerrit on there? That's my question too.
No. He's not allowed to use this title other than in correspondence with the university. It's very clear. Honorary doctorates are just that. They give it to people who give the commencement speeches at graduations, and that's it. But why is he saying it's from the #1 university? I still can get past that, you know.
Maybe he was told so. Maybe he was.
It's quite possible. Or now he realizes that he made a fool of himself and he's trying to give it some kind of credence.
Hello.
Oh no, Matt, I wasn't going to call about this lovely university business, but I have a friend in Bombay. We went to London University together. We studied together. He's now back in Bombay. He's been there since he left London and stuff. And he's killing himself. He's asking me, what manner of government is that you have, David? No, this is serious. He's saying, but who would want an honorary degree from this place? He right now, I feel embarrassed. He's laughing. In fact, he couldn't talk. He was laughing so hard. So anyway, look, I think we need. Okay, the people who are supporting this thing really need to consider London University. Okay, Harvard, Yale, Stanford, colleges in England, colleges in Canada, McGill, and these places. And I think really, if the Prime Minister is saying that he's accepted this honour on behalf of the Dominican people, certainly I wouldn't want anything to do with this honour, because I wouldn't go to lovely university. I wouldn't send my son to lovely university. And I don't even, my friend is talking about it as if it's a kindergarten kind of situation. An Indian is laughing at me so hard. And we've been friends for years since we left London. We studied together at London University. And I'm amazed. And what is Mrs. Skerrit maybe is talking to a very ignorant group of people in Dominica. He's not speaking to me or to people who've been to recognized universities around the world. But this is an amazing thing for a Prime Minister to be doing to a people. He's really feeding on the ignorance of those people who are cheering. Thank you, people.
Thank you very much there. Of course, graduate there from the London University, just speaking to a colleague there in Bombay. See what I mean?
But yeah, and the point I was making, it's an embarrassment. That was my exact words at the start. This is an embarrassment to Dominica. Prime Minister Roosevelt Skerrit should not have accepted an honorary degree from this university, period. It's an embarrassment. For somebody who knows about academics, it's an embarrassment. It diminishes you when you accept it from a low-ranked university like this one. It doesn't even show up anywhere. I know, to come and tell the Dominican public it is the #1 university in there, it's obvious that something is wrong there.
Hello, talk to me.
Hello, good afternoon.
Yes.
Matt and Dr. Fontaine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, what I'm not even interested in that certificate that he said he received as doctorate, because I know that is a big lie. And what I want him to talk about is the $91,000 he brought to India, or who he gave it to. And the youth that is in Barbados, those that are in university and they are not paying their fees. That is what he should come down. When he come there, that is what he should come and talk about. What is he doing about it? Thank you.
Thank you. She's making a very important point. I mean, here we have students at the University of the West Indies, struggling as it relates to the economic fees that had to be paid by Dominica. That has not been paid.
Yeah, Matt, that is governance that is very worse.
We're paying what? Giving
monies away to India. It's unbelievable. I mean, I've never seen anything quite like it, quite frankly.
Hello, talk to me.
Mr. Thompson, I know you're talking the truth because I just on my tablet there and I Google Lovely University and they are in the ranks of 119.
But anybody could Google it for themselves, and Hello. You're going to make a point.
No, I was going to say for the children of parents who do not have access, who are supporting this nonsense, they need to do that. If they have tablets, give it to them. They need to this afternoon as a homework assignment, Google of the university, and please tell your mom and your dad where it is ranked in the world.
Hello, talk to me.
Hey, Thompson.
Yeah.
You're trying to figure out why is Mr. Skerritt lying.
So openly to the public. What?
Yeah, a con artist lives in the moment, and a con artist is narcissistic. They only think about what they want to do at the moment. So the guy, I mean, for such a long time, the guy has been operating as a con artist in this country. I mean, all the signs, the symbols, everything is right there, and we just keep accepting it, and he keeps getting away with it. So the more he gets away with those lies, is the more daring he becomes. That's my point.
All right, let's go final phone call. This is Talk on the Block. I'm in with Thompson Fontaine. Hello.
In terms of ranking, LPU is 119 in India and 3490 in the world.
3 what?
That's correct. 3490 in the world.
3490 in the world.
India. 119 in India.
Yeah. Translation, it is a non-university. It is a nothing. You will not send your worst enemy to that school.
Hello, talk to me.
I'm Dr. Fontaine.
Yeah.
Yes.
We must realize Skerritt has got an inferior complex. All his other colleagues in the Caribbean has got a title to the name other than Prime Minister. And you're talking about accepting. He actually approached them. He paid for this award. And this guy, if there was a member of the family and you saw the person falling apart, that they need they need professional help, you would seek help for your family member. Why doesn't Dominica have Skerritt committed? He is clearly mad.
All right, we have to go at this stage.
Yes,
Thompson will be talking again soon. You can join me again on Tuesday.
Thank you, Matt. Tonight at 7:30 at the Maho Community Center, we are debating. We're looking with civil society. We're looking at the IPO and the Electoral Act. So please come out and support this event.
That's
come out
Maho.
and be educated tonight. Yes.
Thank you very much. Let's talk again soon.